This is my bedroom, but there's a problem with it. And no, it's not that it's missing a bed. My bed's actually in the closet. But the problem with this room is that the visual flow is disrupted by the desk blocking the window. And due to that blockage, it makes the space feel smaller, scattered, and unfinished. I also think this current setup isn't maximizing the space my landlord ever so graciously gave me. So in today's video, I'm going to be teaching you my theory of room design as I set up this room to be more optimal. Any good design begins with a plan. So, we will need a good old tape measure. And I know every male viewer watching this has one of these. After you're done measuring out your room, create a visual floor plan. My current setup was made with the idea of party in the front and business in the back, but that's where it went all wrong. This room setup blocks access to the most important part of any room, the window. Now, since the window is our visual anchor, aka the primary element in a room that naturally draws the eye first, we will build a new scape around this said window. So with that all being said, we can finally now change the floor plan to be the most optimal. We want the space to work with the room's elongated nature, so by creating this flow that directs you to the window, the room feels more spacious, intentional, and not claustrophobic. I think the hardest thing about a plan is the action. After the labor I put into moving everything, this is the fruits of my labor. A room that feels airy, intentional, and I think downright the coolest. And I'd even say tasteful. Now that I finished up setting up my room, it's time to get into my theory of threes. This is a very simple concept in general, but when a room is divided into three curated environments, it makes the room feel like it has certain purposes that it upholds. And there's also a psychological change in your mood when there's certain parts of a room that are dedicated areas, and it always feels better than things being randomly placed everywhere. But I've split these up into three different things: work, relaxation, and hobbies. Hobbies can be scattered amongst the areas. I like cameras, I like fragrance, I also like these 3A action figures that I also collect. So you will see them scattered amongst the areas that I have, but they're still somewhat curated in a way that feels a lot more intentional. But when it comes to hobbies that require you to like paint, draw, and maybe even edit videos, you always got your workstation to maybe put that in there. Or if you're painting things and you really want it to be separate, then you can also make a section of your room that area. Or maybe if you're an audiophile and you like to listen to music and you have a bunch of records, that could also be a really cool little station that you have somewhere situated around the relaxation area. Just a few ideas, but having things sectioned off, to me, I feel feels a lot better than having things just kind of randomly placed everywhere. And having these like dictated areas, I think makes my ADHD brain feel calmer, to be honest. Another area that I mentioned was a relaxation station. That could be a place that you aka sleep in, or if you want to make something more deliberate, putting a chair that can be also a very big focal point of the room, where it's a reading chair or a lounging chair or maybe a doom scrolling chair. But for me at least, I like to create a relaxation station that has not only the capabilities of allowing me to read books, but also being capable of communicating with friends. So at some point I hope to get another chair so that I can sort of sit down with my friends and have this certain area that feels like I can chit chat with my friends across each other. But for now, I'm gonna be using this current chair that I'm sitting in, and the other person will be sitting on the couch. Now, besides the three curated environments, I think every room needs at least 3 lamps and 3 plants. Now, if you really got the money and you really got the trick-or-treating on Facebook Marketplace going on, then I think having 3 lamps for each section of your room is going to make it look better, brighter, and more inviting. This helps divide the room better and makes the room feel more spacious. But if you don't have the money to have 3 lamps in each section of your room to help divide the space up, then maybe get some plants. And I really think that plants help sort of bring the room together. it makes the room feel more lively. There are some plants that also act as air filters, like these peace lilies that I have here, and it can make the air quality go up. But at least having 3 plants in your room, somewhere by the window or maybe scattered amongst your room if you have really big windows and you get a lot of light, will really bring the room together, and it just feels so good having at least a piece of nature in your room. And honestly, there are parts of my room that feels not so lively, so I would love to put plants in those sections, and at some point I will probably be getting more plants. Now, moving to the last thing that I think is really important for rooms is height. Now, what I mean by height is the height of the furniture that you have in your room. When it comes to rooms, I truly believe there's sort of an algorithm, or maybe a form of composition that is required when it comes to it, where you build from shortest to tallest, or tallest to shortest. And currently I have tallest to shortest, where I have this giant rack that is the tallest thing in my room, going from shorter down all the way to my little couch that I have over here. I like to think of things as graphs. As a graph extends up, it slowly comes back down instead of just being up and down, kind of like the stock market. But when it comes to a room, I think that a general flow and a consistency always feels better visually over something that is super inconsistent and random. But that pretty much wraps up my theory of 3s, and if you have any other questions, put them down below, or maybe you want to add some extra things into that would definitely help build out my room better. Leave some advice down in the comment section, I'd love to read them. And I guess now we'll talk about my bed, because I'm sure that's the overarching question in many of your guys' mind. My bed is in that closet. It's the most comfortable thing that I've actually been on, and I sleep on it. So obviously, to save space, I sleep on this bed, and I just pretty much pull it out of my closet and I sleep here every night. It's pretty comfortable, it doesn't get in the way of anything, and it also helps me save space, so I don't really have to deal with having a bed, and I'm able to put all these cool things in my room. If my room was any bigger, then I would probably be able to have a bed in it, but unfortunately this room is really tiny, and I have a lot of things that I'd like to have in here, clearly, and I think I like my setup a lot, and there are a lot of people that sleep on tatami mats. It's not that insane. I mean, there's dudes that literally sleep on mattresses, but at least this one rolls up and I can put it in my closet. And I also have this really nice Dyson fan that blows on me at night when it's super hot, so it kind of works out for me, at least. So this is where I'm going to end the video. Thanks for watching to the very end, and I hope no one makes fun of me for sleeping on a floor bed, and maybe you can relate on me sleeping on a floor bed. Maybe you do the same thing. I think there's plenty of us out there. But with that, enjoy the vlog. Coming right now in your... I'm in my garage. Actually, I'm not. But today, we'll be going to Los Angeles to get some stuff, get coffee, hang out, and I'm also going to be taking care of Kay. No one knows this, but she got some knee surgery and it's pretty invasive, and I'm here helping. I'm such a good person. That was a joke. Well, not a joke, but like true. But yeah, let's go into the city. One is at this pop-up. It's literally here in LA. I have no clue what's going on in there, but there's a ton of archive kids. So if someone went to this LA pop-up right over here, let me know. Oh yeah, look, you can see all of them in there. Dude. They're just like huddled around like these definitely overpriced...
The racks.
Yeah, the racks are just overpriced clothes. I've been wanting to try this coffee place for a little bit now, and it's open. So we got kicked out a little earlier than planned. But if anyone wants to go to this coffee shop, I'd highly recommend it. It's called WYND Coffee. It's in the Arts District.
Very unassuming entrance. Literally
yeah.
A cave.
It's literally like, it's all blacked out, but the coffee's really good. The vibes inside are also really nice. Very open concept space. The yuzu soda coffee, it's really delish.
And then I got the Tres Leches latte, which is also really good.
We made it. Drop a like and subscribe to this video.
Drop that like, drop it, and subscribe.
Wow, you stayed this long. I appreciate that very much so. And only like 1% of people watched to the very end. Remember to check out my Twitch channel, my Instagram, and also my brand account. I will be dropping very soon. I have these really cool pants that I'll be dropping, so I hope you at least go and check those out. I will be releasing videos every so often when I get the opportunity to sort of create content, because I have a job. And yes, I do have one of those things. It's very mandatory, at least in this day and age. Moving forward, if you have any cool YouTube video ideas or things you want me to talk about, please leave them down in the comment section below. I think I'm going to make a room video talking about what kind of things you need in a room that makes it look cool and that makes it make sense. At some point, I think. I might just talk about lamps, to be honest. I love lamps. I think I'm a moth to lamps, at least. But, anyway, I'll catch you guys in the next video, whatever that is, and I will see you guys later. Take care. And also thanks to everyone from the Patreon and supporting me. I really appreciate it. There will be new content coming out very soon. See ya.